Morning Pokefans, welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Matt and we're going to continue our season 1 climb using a team that we built from scratch. So in the last video we went, I think 2 and 3. I'm going to check my notes here. I have a lot. So we went, yes, 2 for 3. So we're at 5 and 6 overall, so we're not doing half bad. But the thing that's been troubling me a lot is dealing with the riders. If I go one way and try to overcompensate or even try to compete with Shadow Rider, I end up losing potential of living against Ice Rider. And if I try to calc to beat Ice Rider, I find myself struggling really hard. But I might have come up with a decent solution. It's not the one-all thing, but here is something that we're going to try. We're going to bring a older method that I used back in, I don't know, season 4, maybe in season 5, and see if it works. Our congestion that we had before was Roaring Moon using booster energy, which then wouldn't proc if Groudon came onto the field before it did, so that booster energy didn't activate, which means acrobatics wasn't getting the boost that it needed, which means that it wasn't very likely to do anything. So instead we traded him out for Rillaboom. We're just gonna get that reset up, and we also traded out Farigiraf. Even though it has Helping Hand, like Hyper Voice, Protect, and Trick Room, it's not really helping anything. I can teach it Imprison, which then stops, you know, Ice Rider from setting up Trick Room, but that's not always going to be the thing. And then as soon as it leaves or gets knocked out, it's pretty much safe for anyone just to take advantage of it. So instead, I'm going to try Lilligant. God, I haven't seen this Pokemon in forever. Lilligant is set up with the Leaf Storm, totally set up for speed, special attack, and HP, I believe. And it's got Leaf Storm, Pollen Puff, Sleep Powder, and After You. With the Chlorophyll, we should double its speed, which at this level, I think, like, triumphed over everyone else. It doesn't get faster than Shadow Riders with Scarf, but it outspeeds everybody else. It literally outspeeds Iron Bundle, it outspeeds Chien-Pao, it'll outspeed Fluttermane, Boost Energy. It outspeeds everyone while this build is active. So that's what I'm hoping today. We've got 3 special attackers, 3 physical attackers, and I brought back in Incineroar so that we can use Fake Out, Parting Shot, as well as Flare Blitz, which should get a really good boost and knockoff. We also brought Terra Fire for Groudon, and that was a question that I asked myself a long time ago. It's like, is Terra Fire good, or Terra Dragon good for Groudon? I do withstand a lot of stuff that Rillaboom does, and I also withstand what Shadow Rider does, but Ice Rider was a problem, so I decided to switch up to Fire. So now I live against most of those attacks. Now the other option is to go Water, and I don't know what to do after that. So we're gonna give this a shot and see what we can come up with, and hopefully we do good. Hopefully. Probably gonna change After You, honestly. I'm gonna keep it for this video, but we'll probably change that. But I'm also gonna be thinking about other Pokemon to use, to be honest with you. I don't know how this team is going to work, but we do need to work through the fluff so that we understand where our congestion is. I don't feel like we have congestion now, so yeah, we're gonna work through it and see what we come up with. So without further ado, let's get into our battles. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into it. Okay, so we got Indeedee, Snorlax, Incineroar, Archelodon, Mimikyu, and Chansey. Okay. All right, and I know that we're 5 days in, right in the middle of the Indianapolis regional, so I think everyone is sleeping or trying to get ready for a regional. So what do I do with this one? Okay, so I do have fighting advantage with Chien-Pao. So what I think I'll do first is bring in Chien-Pao and Groudon, and we'll bring in, oh, Fluttermane's not, wait, why aren't you holding an item? Well, it's not holding an item. Let's go. Oh, okay. So, yeah, my choices are made because I can't bring in Fluttermane. Why does it not have it? I know that I had to retrain it yesterday. Like obviously I had to get up and go to work, so I had a little bit of extra free time. free time, and I checked the stats and I was off by a considerable amount. So I was like, okay, well, let me try to do something else. And that's what I came up with. It's had problems with whatever I'm trying to do with. So I retrained Fluttermane. It still has the build that it has, but for some reason some stats were used somewhere else. So I was one attack away from special attack, and I was way off for speed, which is really weird. We have Indity and Chansey. Chansey's special, or like shiny, and then I think Psychic Seed activated on Indity. So I'd like to do, I think I'm gonna activate Precipice Blades and Ice Spinner to get rid of the thing. Lose some of its HP because of the Life Orb. Get rid of the fields, and now we can do our stuff. Precipice Blades knocks out the entity. Let's go. Jancy, how about you? Charm. Okay. Drops my attack 2 stages. Interesting. Out comes Mimikyu, also special. The shiny version. We're gonna Sacred Sword, and I'm gonna Heavy Slam on the Mimikyu. Knock out the Chansey, so it can't do anything more. I think this is gonna be like Stomper, if you ask me. Play rough. Misses Chien-Pao. Heavy Slam. Not gonna really do anything to the Mimikyu. It's gonna pop the Disguise first. I think this upcoming turn, depending on who their fourth is, since I've knocked out 2 of their Pokemon already. Snorlax. Okay, so I'm gonna protect, and I'm gonna go ahead and Heavy Slam on the Mimikyu. Never mind, battle is canceled. I can't believe I walked into here with no item for Fluttermane. That makes me mad. We'll be right back. I'm going to put an item on Fluttermane, and then, yeah, we're going to have a little bit of fun. Okay, Lugia, Entei, Orthworm, Roaring Moon, Fluttermane, and Gyarados. Interesting. I also forgot to mention that we changed Fluttermane back to its normal set, so we have Thunderbolt again, because there's a lot of water Pokemon. We need a counter for it. That's a Lugia though. Psychic Flying. That's gonna be very, very interesting. Could I get away with using Lilligant here? Maybe hitting someone really, really hard. Now nothing on that side of the field gets priority, which is great. No, Entei does. Entei gets priority. Let's Chien-Pao, Incineroar, Fluttermane, and Groudon. We do have Heat Crash, which is really, really damaging to like Orthworm. It wouldn't be able to do anything to like Gyarados, but we still have ways of dealing with other Pokemon. And with Groudon, we'll be able to take on Entei with no problem. It's probably Salt Vested. But we just need to come up with a way to deal with our own things here. Shiny Pokemon, let's go. How drops it. We're going to Intimidate. So we drop the Roaring Moon's attack. Boost Energy activates on the Roaring Moon. And Speed's probably going to get heightened. Yep. Okay. So we're going to... What's the best course of action? I have -1 attack. You know what? Let's do straight across. Yeah, let's fake out, let Fluttermane do its thing. I do not want Incineroar to activate Tailwind, which is something that I'm really worried about. Nice spinner, so I go first. I either win the speed tie against Fluttermane or I don't. But now one big person I have to worry about is gone. And this sets me up because there's Dazzling Gleam is going to knock down the Chien-Pao. So it's 1 for 1, and that was kind of like what I was debating in my own head. It's like, should I worry about combating what they could bring out? Should I try to do something else? I'm glad that I picked that option because now I can, one, switch out Incineroar, gives me another option to do Groudon business. Here comes Entei. So yeah, we're gonna want to do that. We're gonna walk in, Terra, Dazzling Gleam. Well, do I want a Dazzling Gleam or do I want to just use Shadow Ball? I mean, Fluttermane itself should be taken down. Absolutely. Yeah, let's not Terra. We're gonna get rid of Incineroar. Gonna bring out Groudon so that we get the Sun boost. Now it is gonna affect their Fluttermane as well. I'm hoping that I still outspeed them since my 205 was able to do it. Again, assuming that it's not the speed tie. Now Groudon, because now we're gonna put a lot of pressure right onto Entei, which is what I'm hoping to do. Mine activated first, which means I'm faster. And theirs. And special attack. Okay, a Terra. Fluttermane. Goes to Terra Fairy. Now Sacred Fire could burn Groudon. Shadow Ball. Does not knock out the Fluttermane. Here comes Dazzling Gleam, which should not knock me out. Does not. Stomping Tantrum. The Groudon does nothing. Now I'm locked into Shadow Ball. But I can also swap to Incineroar. And Terra Fire, Precipice Blades. That way I'm not burnt by Sacred Fire. And I also negate whatever Fluttermane could do for its next thing. And I lower down Entei's thing. Well, it could be Inner Focus, so that's probably like a bad call. But I did lower down. Yeah, okay. So Inner Focus doesn't allow me to do that, but that's okay. Now it will allow Stomping Tantrum to do more damage. My hope is that I outspeed Entei. Probably don't, though. My Groudon's speed caps out at 118, and I don't know what Entei's does. Same speed. To the Groudon, not enough. Dazzling Gleam. Oh. Even with the resistant, still doesn't. That stinks. That stinks. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to swap, but that's okay. So, who would I swap with then? That's what I want to know. Because it was a good idea at the time, but it definitely wasn't. Was not the thing to do. What I should have done is just kept Fluttermane in and just attacked. It could have done a lot more damage. Because I could have knocked out the Fluttermane. Groudon could have lived and then did a lot of damage, or did the damage to Entei, which then meant that I could have done far more. But because I didn't do that, it cost me the match. So that's good to know. If you have a way to do like what I just did, although mine was a single target attack, if you were able to not do that, you were far better off. It's like just setting up and just waiting it out instead of just doing an intermediate switch. I thought it was doing an ultra mega play by thinking that I could lower down Entei's attack, but Inner Focus prevented that from happening. And he's probably going to be set up with either Assault Vest or Clear Amulet, so it's like not even possible. Anyway, let's move on. Okay. Torkoal, Annihilate, Urshifu, Indeedee, Brute Bonnet, and Ice Rider. Great. Okay, so here's the deal. We do need to knock out Ice Rider. How do I do that? I'm not 100% certain because they're gonna use Indeedee and Ice Rider at the same time. There's just no way to dodge that, in my opinion. I don't have Helping Hand. The idea was to maybe get like Groudon to do Helping Hand against Fluttermane and then just choice specs it and just hit for the hills. But Follow Me is going to come in and just ruin all of that. So the only thing I could possibly do is maybe put it to sleep with Lilligant. That is an option. If it goes to sleep, it can't use Trick Room. But again, Follow Me is just going to redirect it so it goes somewhere else. Yeah, Chien Pao, Groudon, Fluttermane, and you know what? We'll bring in Lilligant. Why not? Let's try it. I don't want to like just get stuck in my same core and not bring anybody else, but because this is a heavily Trick Room team, I have to try to play around that. And it's going to be very, very hard to do that when I have a Sunsetter and Chlorophyll. And there's no way for me to stop it because I can't ignore Follow Me. So Indeedee and Calyrex. Know what's gonna happen here. Route. Second Surge. A lot of effects just took place. We have the Ice Spinner so that we can take down Indeedee's Sting. I would go right into Ice Rider, but I'm gonna get hit with Follow Me, so I can't do anything about it. Terra Fire, Heat Crash, and I'm gonna go straight into Calyrex. This does knock out regardless if I'm terrored or not. I'm just trying to avoid being hit with the Glacial Lance. I think it's called Glacial. Anyway, I'm just trying to prevent myself taking like a ton of damage in the interim of this thing is going to hit me incredibly hard after it sets up Trick Room. So if Indeedee does set up, I'm going to take away the field so that I can activate Sucker Punch. Okay, they'll protect. Okay. Ice Spinner goes right into Indeedee. It doesn't get the KO. So are they setting up Trick Room or are they just letting it go through? Heat Crash. They're setting up Trick Room. Yep, okay. Visit the dimensions, it's totally fine. I'm gonna Sucker Punch that guy, and I'm also gonna Heat Crash that guy. Follow Me is gonna kick in now, so Sucker Punch is gonna fail, and Heat Crash is gonna go right into Indeedee. Unfortunately, I can't stop it. Terra goes into Ice Rider. Terra Water. So now I can't do as much damage as I would like to. But, oh, Helping Hand. Gotcha. Gotcha. Sucker Punch. That's still a lot. Absolutely a lot. Now, they will take half damage. Ooh, high horsepower. Heat Crash. Sun boosts it half or by 50% and then takes. Are you serious? Oh, come on. Oh, are you serious right now? Okay. What should be my next move? I could. It's probably in range now, but it's probably going to protect. If it protects, but is it in range? You know what? I'm going to protect here, and I'm going to switch over to Lilligant so that I take. Okay, withdraw of Indeedee. It's going to probably reset the field. Out comes Torkoal.
Okay. I'll bring Milligant. Okay, you protect. Sucker Punch over there. Does Trick Room have 2 more turns? And it'll last 2 more turns. Sucker Punch there. And Pollen Puff the Chin Pow. It's the only thing I can do. Sucker Punch is gonna hit. It's not in range. I don't understand, like, Eruption. This is a double KO. Milligant survives because of Focus Sash. It doesn't really matter because now Calyrex is going to be able to come in and start wrecking things. Glacial Lance. It's 100%. I can't dodge it. 100%. No. It's just like I make one step forward and I realize it doesn't work. It's so weird. Like the 50% boost to Heat Crash should have done a ton because like Calyrex doesn't weigh too much. But because it's Terra Water, it halves the damage. So it should be neutral, right? That's what I'm thinking. Like it should be neutral just because of the fact that, you know, even though that it halves the damage, I doubled it. Alright. I don't think this is really going to matter, to be honest. Torkoal's just going to completely take us out. Torkoal's going to use Eruption. It's got Charcoal. It doesn't have Terra Fire, but that doesn't really matter. Torkoal's just going to completely come in and... Back to the drawing board. Which I'm totally okay with, because like this is what these videos are for. I just thought I was on the cusp of something and realized that that's not it. Why'd you withdraw Torkoal? You can bring back Entity? So you make it so I can't do priority, doesn't matter though, right? Oh, I mean, you still do it like the... Yeah, it's 100%. Like, my Fluttermane can't lift that. I'd have to dedicate 252 in HP and defense to even get a glimpse of surviving it. Like, 252 in speed and 252 in defense made it a 16% chance of it being a one hit. And then I'd have to dedicate... like way over for HP and defense so that Fluttermane survives that alone. It's way too much. Absolutely too much. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so we got Dodonzo, Tatsugiri, Shadow Rider, King Gambit, Indeedee, and Latias. Interesting. So we do have to worry about the Dawn. We also have to worry about Shadow Rider. So we're kind of in like a really delicate spot here. I think maybe opening up with Ligant Groudon might be your best interest. I don't know if Indeedee does Brick Room. I don't think it would make sense. Honestly, I don't. Like I can't see a reason why. We're not going to bring out Incineroar. It would be insane because King Gambit's got Defiant. Yeah, let's open up with these two, Fluttermane and Tornadus. That way we have a way to outspeed them. We're not going to bring in Chien Pao. Chien Pao would take away the field, but I don't really necessarily have to worry about the field because a lot of my Pokemon don't use priority. So 4 out of the 6 don't, and they're not going to be able to do it either. So I'm not worried about it as much, if that makes sense to anyone at home. And because I'm not worried about it, I won't have to really care for it as much, if that makes sense. What I'm hoping is that we can get some Sun synergy, because like I might have not have figured out the sweet spot for Groudon yet, but I'm really, really trying. Latios and Tatsugiri. Okay. Pollen Puff, Sleep Powder after you. We can go. Do we think that they're gonna swap over to the Dawn? I mean, it would make sense if they did. Yeah, let's go ahead and sleep Latios, not Latios, Latios. And does Latios have levitate? I think he does. I think he does. And if he does, it's not gonna make a whole lot of difference. But what I could do is maybe Brick Break on Tatsugiri. Tatsugiri swaps. Alright. To bring out. But wait, what? I mean, good switch in, but I'm like, but why though? Why that slot? Like, you should have swapped the Latio slot. Quick break. My best attacking move. Should probably bring in like Solar Beam. Be really, really funny. Run Sleep Powder and you know what? Let's swap the Fluttermane. That way we can kind of get like double dosing. So just a Flutter. It's the Photosynthesis boost, which means the special attack is going to be really, really high. Protect on the Dawn. Sleep Powder is going to fail. And Latios is still fast asleep. Okay, so what should I do here? What would be the best interaction? I don't want to Terra Steel. Terra Steel would be bad here. I want to sleep the Dawn, Terra, Dazzling Gleam. That's what I want to do. I want to knock out those Latios as quickly as possible. Now it's been asleep for 2 turns, which is great for me, but I'm hoping that it swaps out to Tatsugiri, and that's what I'm planning for. I think the miss switch from Latios was it. We're gonna Terra the Dawn. Grass, okay, you ignore what I'm trying to do, which is totally fine. Good call, but I'm still hoping to knock out Latios. So, Sleep Powder is not going to affect the Dawn. Latios wakes up. Simple Beam. So you lose Unaware to become Simple. Why did you do that? What does Simple do? Earthquake. Pardon me, I'm just looking it up because I'm a little confused. I mean, Simple Beam is just supposed to take away the ability. That's what you would want to use it for. Simple Beam. Latios doesn't have some. Oh, this is the ability Simple. All effective of stat modification is doubled. Okay. All right. So, if that's the case, I'm going to after you into Fluttermane, and Fluttermane should be able to knock you out. Oh, you protect. Good call. After you. Watermain took the kind offer. Tatsugiri avoids the attack and the Dawn protects. Interesting. Okay. How long does my sun last? One more turn? Okay. After you on the Fluttermane, and I'm going to Dazzling Gleam again. I outspeed the Dawn. And Dazzling Gleam is going to miss Tatsugiri. His Terra Fairy boosted. Earthquake. Watermain goes down. That's totally fine. By the way, that's totally fine. Sunlight faded. I'll bring out Tornadus. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and on Puff and Liquid Storm. Okay. Simple doubles all stat modifications. So is it a +4 then? Is that why I'm like doing hardly any damage? Yeah, it's +4. Okay. Interesting. Groudon doesn't really resist. So I'm gonna Pollen Puff and again Liquid Storm. Misses Tatsu. Will hit the Dawn. Very little damage. Hold her up. It's +4, and then it gets +2. Okay, so next turn it's going to swap. Or not swap, it's going to protect. I'm going to do a free switch in for Groudon, and I'm going to use Tailwind so that I outspeed. And we're doing this on purpose. As a matter of fact, I probably could have just kept Lilligant in there and just used Pollen Puff on Tornadus. I'm setting up the Sun so that Lilligant has a fighting chance, because they're going to protect. It would not make any sense to do anything else. Yeah. Also, I don't really recommend... I don't recall seeing the speed. Was that +4 as well? No, that's the +4. Yeah. Okay. Heat Crash. No, we're not gonna Heat Crash. Of Blades, and I'm gonna Bleak Wind Storm. Because even with +4, I still outspeed, and with the Tailwind, definitely. So there's the Dawn. He's finally taken down. That was a hard fight. Holy cow! Tatsu comes out, presses Blades, hits Tatsu. Oof. Tatsu barely lives with the Sash. Ba-da-ba-bum. So... Shadow Rider. Great. This is the last two Pokemon though, so I should be fine. We're gonna Heat Crash into that slot. And I have Tailwind up. And I'm going to Bleakwind Storm. So unless this is Scarfed Halaret, Shadow Rider. Okay. Are you gonna double? Uses Endure. Okay. Bleakwind Storm. I'm gonna miss the Tatsugiri. That's totally fine. I'm okay with that. Crash. Okay, we're gonna go Prep Blades and Bleakwind Storm again. Are you gonna go for the double? Having Endure on Tatsugiri is not bad. I wonder if it does multi-hits though. I would like to say that it does. I'm not sure. But I don't know what the benefit would be to constantly Endure Tatsugiri. Goes for the double. Fails. Goes for the Endure. It also fails. Okay. Bleakwind Storm. Misses one. It misses Tatsugiri but hits the Shadow Rider. Prep Blades hit both. Okay. Tailwind's gone. I'm gonna go ahead and Heat Crash. Probably gonna Protect, but I am gonna Tailwind. Never mind, battle's cancelled. Oh boy. So, Simple Beam with Latios was pretty interesting. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting a +4 to Donzo with the commander. It did take a couple of turns to get it set up. So holy cow. Holy cow. I was not expecting that whatsoever. I'm glad that we were able to beat it though and come out on top because that was looking pretty bleak for a minute there. And I'm glad that I'm glad that I brought Groudon out when I did because it probably would have been worse. But we'll move on. Okay, we've got Incineroar, Fluttermane, Urshifu, Blood Moon, Ursaluna, Burgerath, and Ice Rider. Yay me. Okay, so in this particular matchup, we will have a couple of things that we'll have to worry about. I think walking in with Tornadus Fluttermane to kind of force the Fake Out over to that slot. We will have to worry about Blood Moon or Ursaluna, so Chi and Pow. And I kind of want to bring in Lilligant, but I don't think that's going to be the best. Incineroar might be the best option. Yeah, we'll bring in those four. I just want to be able to outspeed Ice Rider before they get anything set up, potentially. I know that if I Terra Fairy with what I have right now, I have a really good chance of OHKOing Ice Rider with Moonblast. So I'm just going to have to try to rely on those calcs. Burgerath and Incineroar. Intimidate goes off, which doesn't really bother me too much. We'll go ahead and Fake Out is going to come out. Let's do Bleakwind Storm, and I'll just go straight to Moonblast to the Farigiraf so that Trick Room doesn't get activated. Now I could swap over to Fluttermane, which is totally fine, but I'm not getting Fake Out here. Terra activates on their side, and it's going to be the Incineroar. Nope, Farigiraf. Okay, and you are going to be Terra Fire. So you're going to negate the Moonblast that I'm going to throw at you. But you open yourself up so much more with Ice Rider. Bleakwind Storm hits both. Trick Room is going to get activated. That sucks. No Fake Out, so it's probably knockoff. Nope, Parting Shot. Okay. So here comes Ice Rider. Can't read that. Yep. Wow. And there's my mortal weakness. Okay. Protect, and we're gonna move into Incineroar so that we can get the minuses on Alex. Never mind, can't because it's got clear amulet. Up in hand. Here comes Glacial Lance. Protect on Tornadus so that you don't get a boost. Okay. Bring out Chan Pao. And I'm gonna Flare Blitz. Actually, I can fake out now. No, I can't. Burgraph is on the field. I'm not gonna swap to... It really matters what I do. Leaping Storm. Flare Blitz. That's hard. That's really, really hard. And I know that I already have a problem with like Trick Room. It's really, really hard to counter. And then you have like 100% hitting move with Rider, man. How do I counter this? I can't counter any of the Ice Riders. I can't counter any of the Riders. I barely won Shadow Rider. How do I do this? How do I do this? I don't want to say that it's unwinnable, but it's definitely feeling that way. I mean, this match is like unwinnable. I can't. There's no way. I'm just trying to figure out everything else. Sacred Sword. Shadow Ball. Why not? You're gonna outspeed me. You're gonna use Helping Hand. Oh, you're gonna withdraw. Okay. I can't read that. Incineroar. I don't. Why would you do that? You don't need to do that. Spider-Man goes down. Nay. Coveted sword. Yeah, we're not entertaining this idea. As much as I would love to be able to dissect how to beat that, but like the riders are the most hardest thing that I'm trying to calc for, and I'm losing my mind. Like, I've been paying attention to what's happening in the indies and like the indie regionals, I mean. And it just seems like everyone else is able to counter them. And it's like, I can't figure it out. It's so weird. I can't, for some reason, cannot figure it out. But I'm going to try. I'm going to keep trying. I'm not sure how, but it seemed like they got a huge buff from what they were in Generation 8. I want to know if that's a thing. Doesn't seem like it. Either that or just updates whenever they make like a generation thing. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to continue trying. I'm going to have to. Dang, these riders are so tough. Okay, we've got Water Ogerpon Grimmsnarl, Chi-Yu, Rayquaza, well that's new, Tornadus, and Chien-Pao. Okay, so Rayquaza is our first time that we've fought him, so this is going to be dope. I wonder how this is going to turn out. So in this regard, what should we prepare for? The weather's probably not going to be a thing because Rayquaza says no. I think he turns it off once. So we'll bring in Tornadus, Chien-Pao, no, Fluttermane, Chien-Pao, and I kind of want to bring in Groudon, but I don't think that's going to be a good copy or a good thing. Lilligant's out of the question. Oh, is that? Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, we got Torkoal, Tyranitar, wow, Oranguru, Ice Rider, Gallade, and Fluttermane. Interesting. So main trick room. This is going to be fun. And then we've got Gallade here with Wide Guard, which a lot of people are recommending Wide Guard for this gen. At least this regulation. It's like I don't know. I do not know. I would love to be able to do something like that. Oranguru. Now, Gallade also has Quick Guard, so that could also stop priorities, but I don't think that's really going to matter too much. We do need to shut down Trick Room as much as possible, because if it goes off, we're going to be in trouble. So let's move in with Fluttermane and, you know what? Incineroar, Chien-Pao, and Groudon. That way we don't have to deal with weather. Now, I know that they have Fluttermane on that side of the table, so we do have to try to plan around it. But is it going to be enough for me to, beat completely? That's another question. Might have to look into bringing back Roaring Moon, but just changing out his item, and then we're going to change his build. We can leave him with, no item, but everyone on the ladder is going to see that. So they're like, oh, okay, well, they don't need to do that now. But it would be perfect. Inner focus on Oranguru and then clear amulet on the other guy. So dope. We're gonna Moonblast that guy. Actually, yeah, you know what? We're gonna be dealing with a double entendre of stuff. Moonblast and knock off. Terra Fairy. So now we're going to be locked into our single target thing, which if it's Ice Rider, we're going to have to deal with it anyway. Now, either one of these Pokemon can use Trick Room. At least I believe. And Blast. So nothing on the Gallade, but we're going to go straight into Ringuru. Sacred Sword goes right into it. Are you kidding me? Sacred Sword usually doesn't. Oh. What does AOD say? What does he always recommend? Right. In prison. Weird Ear, where are you? Where are you, Weird Ear? I don't have one. Oh, this is gonna be a tough one. This is not gonna be fun. We're gonna go right into that slot, and you know what? We're gonna Sucker Punch Terra. So we're probably not gonna beat Gallade. I don't think they're gonna even summon Ice Rider, to be honest. Gallade comes up. Terra Fairy. Nope. You got a Terra Blast? That'd be awesome. That'd be fantastic. Please, Terra Blast me right in the face. Sucker Punch. Take half damage. Totally fine with that. Right, here comes the Sacred Sword. Ah, Instruct. Here it comes. The reverse. Sacred Sword. Chien-Pao knocks him out. Yeah, he knocked out Incineroar. It's not gonna be there ain't no way he's gonna live up to that. And Psycho Cut? Wait, what? Wait, I have questions. You use 2 attacks? Since when? I thought when you instructed, they didn't get to choose whatever they wanted. I thought that forced them into the attack that you put them in. What? I am so confused. I probably need to get off Sun, honestly. Here comes Instruct. Are you going to use Psycho Cut now? Yes. Sacred Sword. You attack twice? That's so weird. Since when? That's never worked before. Like, it doesn't work with Torkoal. It makes you use your attack. There's no way. What? How interesting. I mean, I lost. Like, there's no way. We're not playing this game. They need 2 more turns of Trick Room, and I can't protect. Yeah, we're done. I do apologize if I'm sounding like I'm tilting, but it's just like a little mad that these Ice Riders, like, you guys may not have noticed, but I took a long time recalculating my team just to be able to deal with these guys, and I still haven't figured out how to deal with them. I thought I did, but apparently I didn't. They're still to this day completely ruining my plans. I'm just gonna have to go back to the drawing board. There's like no way. I don't know how to beat them. I'm just tilted. That's gotta be it. I'm just tilted. I didn't not know that you could do 2 attacks. That part I didn't know. But I do know that you can attack twice. So I apologize for sounding tilted. But I'm so sick of dealing with these riders. They are hard. And they're getting to the point to where they're beyond my skill of dealing with them. And I still don't know how to. And that's troubling me as an individual. Oh boy. And that, ladies and gentlemen, and Pokefans alike, is going to be the end of today's video. Again, I do apologize for sounding so tilted in this particular recording session. I wasn't, I guess, prepared to dealing with not only Shadow Rider, but Ice Rider. And it seems like Ice Rider has given a rise to Trick Room teams, which means that I have to come up with not only a counter for Trick Room, but also a counter to redirections, such as Moongus, Ogerpon, just anyone that has either Rage Powder and or Follow Me. And dealing with a broken horse, I say is not broken. You have to double into it and you have to try to come up with ways to counter him, but it's becoming harder and harder and harder to do that, especially with my particular team. I thought that I had made the correct adjustments to be able to at least stand toe to toe, and I am not anywhere closer to that, which is incredibly odd to me. I thought I was making great strides and fully understanding what I needed to do. However, I am finding out that I am making several steps backwards. As you guys can see, we're back down at the very bottom of Ultra Ball, and thank goodness we can't like go back several stages, because I probably would be in Pokeball right now. And I won't lie, I kind of feel defeated. I got off of work 9 o'clock last night. I got home at 9:15. I had spent several hours trying to calc something into beating either Shadow Rider or Ice Rider. And even though that I'm running a team for testing just so that I can gauge what people are doing, I'm finding out that I'm not able to do it at all. And it's not fun. Not fun indeed. But that's the better part of learning, right? I have to grind my face against the wall to try to beat the boss monster. Right now, that is Calyrex. How I'm gonna beat them, I have no idea. But we're at a 2-4, technically 2-5, because we did disconnect and it added to my loss record, which is why we're 7-11 instead of 7 and 10, which was what we should have realistically. But since we DC'd, it doesn't count. So you guys got an extra. It was always planned to get 6 fights in, but you guys get your 6 because that one didn't count. How do we deal with that? It seems like our team is able to deal with like strategies that are so outside of the norm that we're able to handle it. Like that simple beam, the Donzo team, that was pretty interesting. We were barely able to beat that one. But in this particular thing, I don't know what we can do, to be honest. Did I revive Hisuian Arcanine with Rock Slide and just spam that with Choice Band? Should I give up Groudon and move to another legend? That might be what we have to do, because although Groudon right now is one of my favorite Pokemon, and he's one of my favorite legendaries, there's other competitors that I can use to get the same effect, but I don't even think that even with the Sun and Helping Hand like I did for the Global Challenge is going to be very helpful. I don't think that's going to be it. I think maybe we move to Rain? I mean, you guys gonna have to let me know down in the comments down below, because I would totally be down to move over to Kyogre. Kyogre's ready to go, and I can easily change up the field to where I use Kyogre, I can use Urshifu. I mean, Tornadus is set with Rain Dance already, so it's not like I can't just reset the weather and become ultra fast to be able to deal with not only Shadow Rider, but Ice Rider. I think I might have a better chance of dealing with them at that point in time. But Trick Room is something that I'm going to have to deal with. I think I have to tackle that before I'm able to tackle anything else. Because if I can't stop Trick Room, it doesn't matter what I do. And if it doesn't matter what I do, we're not going to get over Ultra Ball. Like, we're going to have to rely on dumb luck to get 5 fights in a row where no one's using the highest level Pokemon, period. The most used Pokemon, period. Like, even Incineroar can't stop that guy because everyone just uses Fergaraf, and Fergaraf lives everything. Everything. Maybe Urshifu, like Single Strike, needs to come back. Maybe I'm not supposed to use Rapid Strike. Maybe I'm supposed to use Single Strike just to knock out that Pokemon. Again, you can also use Roaring Moon and then not give him an item. There's no difference, right? So it's very, very interesting. But since it is the end of the episode, I'm hoping you guys enjoyed the show. It is a very interesting quandary that I find myself in. So if you guys want to lend a little bit of support and maybe make me a little bit happier as I'm tilting on the inside, please leave a like on the video if you like it, dislike it if you didn't. Please leave a comment down below. I am going to be asking everybody for support because I have no idea how I'm supposed to be dealing with these 2 riders that seem to have taken over Regulation G. I'm so glad I'm not participating in a tournament right now, because I don't think I would get past I don't think I would go. I think I'd be like O and X. Like, seriously, I think I would lose the entire thing. I don't think I would win a single game, and if I did, it would have to be against like probably someone in the juniors. And even they would use like the riders. It's insane. But yes, I would love your guys' suggestions. Let me know what you guys think down below. I do answer to any and all comments left behind, so let's start a dialogue. If you guys want to get in contact with me on Discord specifically, there's a link in the description, as well as my other social medias you can follow there as well. If you're a returning viewer, please consider hitting the subscribe button and hitting the notification bell on the right to be notified when I upload next, which will be tomorrow and Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to be uploading 7 days a week again, and I will only exclude the days of not uploading if I have to work. And I'll let you guys know ahead of time if I have to miss a day. And if you're a brand new viewer, please pardon me for tilting. I just have to go back to the drawing board, and I thought I was making great stride, and it's not seeming to work. But the people that I know around me are doing incredibly well. So yeah, share me your secrets. But anyways, I'm hoping that you enjoyed the show. And if you guys want to see more, there is an end card where you find a playlist of all the episodes I've done up to this point. And if you guys just want to hit the subscribe button too, it does help with the channel and it helps the video growth. So great. And I'd be appreciative and honored and eternally grateful. So, and that's all that I've got. Till next time, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.